Welcome back to the Black and Gold Report. We're sitting with Coach Lucinda Melanson, the head softball coach here at UNC Pembroke. And Coach, we just talked about all the several different players you have, but you also have a lot of new faces. So how is team chemistry with the returning players and the newcomers?
Chemistry. It's a lot like chemistry. We've had some things that go together and they work really well, and then just like a normal chemistry lab, every now and then you have a little explosion. And I'm sure that every team goes through the same thing. We've worked through that, and I harp on our girls that, it's about how you respond to things. And so we've had some really good things that have come together, and we're excited to see what the girls are doing. And we've had some things we've had to really kind of get in the trenches and work through. And the girls have responded overall, in general, very well to all of it. So
we are always seeing players on the field and talking about that, but talk about your players off the field.
Off the field. Well, I do push them hard academically, and they did have a good semester academically, and so I'm proud of them there. The spring is always our challenge, and so we want them to do well this spring. But, off the field, they're really fun girls. They love to have a good time. They love to get together and watch movies and do those kind of things, and we just enjoy. I love the fact that our offices are open and we're in the hallways, and so people see they're always in our office, and we just have a blast. Half the time we're not even talking softball. We just enjoy laughing with them and enjoying that kind of relationship, because on the field it usually always goes to a different level.
Well, the Peach Belt Conference is arguably always talked about as one of the strongest Division II conferences in the country, especially in softball and baseball and sports like that. But who are the top contenders? Who's competing for the championship this year in the Peach Belt Conference?
Every single one of us.
Yeah.
It is very strong, and the parity amongst all the teams is just so great. And I'd have to say, after the run that Flagler had last year, they're going to be in the top of things this year again, and they have some really great pitching. I know that they're still returning a pitcher, and they've had some really great offense last year, so I wouldn't expect anything less. North Georgia's always at the top. They have a great coach that leads them well, runs a great program. They're always solid in every aspect of the game, and you've got to bring your A game for them. And you still have Armstrong, that's always an offensive threat. You have Augusta, which has always been a good push for us, and Columbus State. And I would say those top five would probably right now be the ones that I would expect or wouldn't be surprised to see them up there.
Okay. Well, you're going into your fifth season as head coach. Assistant coach is going into her second season. Mm-hmm. What goals do you have for this year's team?
Well, we're really excited, first, that Megan Brown is with us for a second season. We seem to have a tendency to lose assistants after a year, so I think that in itself provides a strength for us this year, because the girls, especially the pitchers, they don't have to get used to a new pitching coach. This will be the first time they get to stay with the same philosophy. They get to really excel in that, and it's a philosophy that has worked well, and so I'm excited to see that growth for our pitching staff, and as well as just stability for the team. They don't have to worry about getting used to a completely new thing, and so I think that's going to help us. Both her and I come from competitive programs, and we really don't know how to start each year out without looking at a national championship. That's just ingrained in us, but we also know it doesn't happen overnight. We obviously didn't reach that last year and fell very short of what we had hoped to accomplish, but we really believe and are very hopeful that we set a new mentality and we set a foundation, and we're really excited, cautiously optimistic, that we really have the ability to have a great year this year. So we definitely want to finish top five, and we definitely want to get in that conference tournament and make a good run for postseason. That's
a great answer. And in early February, I know you host the UNCP Invitational. Has 6 teams in it, including yourself. What are the advantages to hosting your own tournament?
We get to sleep in our own beds. We don't have to travel. We're home. So that in itself is nice. The girls get to play on the home field. They get to play in front of fans. And so that's nice. We also sometimes, depending on fanfare, concession stands, the expense of some things, can sometimes profit from it financially. So that's a positive as well.
Quickly, we only have a little bit of time left, but we see that a lot of construction and renovations going on outside your field. What do we expect to see when the games start up?
A very nice flat infield and no outfield lip. Our girls are very excited. We actually just got on the full field this morning to practice, and so they loved it. And we, had to work around it last week. We ended up, Pembroke Rec was nice enough to let us use their fields, and so that was great. And we've been using the outfield and our bullpen for the last couple days, and and now we're back on the field, and so the dugouts are going to be more level, and the field is going to be a lot more flat to play on.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Melissa, did I say it right? Lucinda Melanson, the head softball coach here at UNC Pembroke. Thanks for watching the Black and Gold Report. Until next week, go Braves.